Are you familiar with the term do one thing every day that scares you? And no, I'm not talking about jumping off a skyscraper or diving into a pool of giant snakes. I'm talking about those little moments where you muster up the courage and confidence to look into the eyes of your insecurities, your shortcomings, your lack of experience, you name it, and say, I'm not afraid of you. Come what may, what's the worst that could happen? I'm gonna do this anyway. About a year ago, I took part in a competition to celebrate the 30th anniversary of Malta Guinness here in Ghana. And naturally, I don't like competitions because it sets me up on a stage where I feel like my worth as an artist is being tested and people might get to see me for the fraud that I am. Naturally, this is my imposter syndrome speaking, so that is why I hate competitions. But this time around, I took a leap of faith to challenge my fears head on, to face them and say, there's nothing you can do, you can't destroy who I am. Today, I'm going to tell you a story about how facing my fears made me a better person, a better designer, and most of all, helped me improve my own self-worth and took my career in design way ahead of what I ever thought I could begin. Let's get rolling and welcome back to the YouTube channel. A year ago, I'm just chilling in my room, watching some YouTube videos, designing some stuff and editing some videos and stuff like that. And I got this really fancy email from Malta Guinness Ghana that I was nominated to participate in the 30th anniversary design competition. This was interesting, right? I had no idea I was going to get this email in the first place, but then here I was in the middle of something so huge. Take it or leave it, right? The label was going to go on all their cans, their billboards, their posters, their TVCs, every single thing. It was a big deal. So that naturally scared the crap out of me. Was I going to take it or not? But this is the part I decided to face my fears and go head on. I wanted to take the leap of faith to do something, to challenge myself, to do something that scares me at least once in my life. For most of my life, I had been really playing it careful and doing things that I was always sure was going to come out great. I was always sure I was going to be the best at it. So I always did things that I knew I was good at. And that was me being in my comfort zone. But this time around, I decided to face my fears and do something that scared me. So I replied yes to the email. I was going to be part of this competition. Whether I win or lose, I was going to take the chance and do what I can. So the first day I walked into the space where we're going to have the auditions for the design, oh my goodness, I regretted it instantly. I saw all these designers I had respected online, people who were amazing at their work, and I knew that I was in the wrong place. I wanted to go home. But I'd made a promise to myself that since coming into this competition, whoever I had met, whoever I had seen, I would do my best to make sure that I finish the work, submit what I can do, and just walk away with my head up high. Whether winning or losing, I was going to do my part of the work. So that's what I did. I just stuck to my routine, got into the showroom, did my part, and just left. And I knew that no matter what happens, I did my best. But the world is not always black and white. I made a huge mistake. So there was this clause inside the brief which said we had to save our files in PNG. And of course, as a designer, you know PNG shouldn't have a background. So I saved my work without a background as a PNG file. But some way, somehow, on the day of the audition, that background got saved as a JPEG, which made it white. So my entire design came on a white background, which got me devastated. So here I am standing in front of 3 judges to design the work which is appearing to them totally different than what I designed. I was going crazy, but I still had to sort of remind myself that this is why I'm here. Let me try and explain my vision to them in a way that they can understand. And it sort of played in my favor, right? They sort of saw it so differently because everyone had a colored background and mine had a white background. So they were like, oh, yours is very different. I was like, well, let me just keep quiet because this is not what I designed. But I later told them that that wasn't what happened. And I think everybody had a chance to sort of go and redesign their stuff and submit again before the exhibition so you can have a good chance at it. So that is what I did. I went back there, I submitted my design again. And then, and then the second time around, I made sure I added a background to it, and then it worked. So today is the first day of the exhibition. I walk in there with my group. This is the first time I'm going to see every other person's work. And mind you, I had become friends with most of the other contestants at the end of the audition. They were so cool, so chill. Everybody was opening up about their life, about their work, and we're just getting to know each other. And it was just amazing. This didn't feel like a competition at all. These other people who would have been my rivals were actually people who were becoming my friends, and I just love that. So we're in the exhibition space. They begin to review the works, and that is where I go crazy because everyone's work is so nice, like it's so amazing. Like Audrey's work was amazing. Awol's work was crazy. Daniel's work, the two Daniel's work were all dope. Charles's work just blew my mind off. Like the works were just crazy. Even Kwame Che couldn't make it for the day, but his work was just so breathtaking. And everybody could have won. Like at that point, I knew for a fact that no matter how delusional I was about winning, this is the part I had to let go. Because like everybody's work was so on point. It had a nice story. It was scripted correctly. The bios of everybody's work was so amazing. And the style was so different. Although we had the exact same script, everybody saw it differently. This sort of made me understand that designers, no matter how close the script are, it's so difficult to give out works that look similar. I went with a completely different approach, so did the other contestants, and that was just amazing. But it was such a tough call, and that day scared the crap out of me. So the first day, they chose the top 5 designs, and this was the part I got so scared. So they mentioned the top 5 people at random, and my name got called at the last bit. When they mentioned the 4th person, I was like, there's no way I'm going to be the 5th person, because there were 4 other works left. Because there were 9 of us, there were 5 other works left actually, and I could not see myself being part of the last 5. Like I couldn't. But they mentioned my name, and my heart just sank. I was like, God, I'm in. So we were supposed to go on to the second day where they choose the top 3. And this part was even tougher because the top 5 was crazy good, and they had to choose 3 out of the 5. So I mean, I knew I wasn't going to make it, but at least I was satisfied making top 5. So the final day is here. People are coming in from all over the place trying to check who's going to win this prize money, who's going to be in the first place, who's going to be in the second place, who's going to be in the third place. And I was sweating. Like I went there and I intentionally didn't invite any friend or anything. But of course, I have a friend called Daniel who's always going to be there no matter what. Even though I didn't really invite him, but Daniel came there just to support me. But I was afraid to invite anybody because I just knew I wasn't going to win. And it would be such an embarrassment to have my friends over and not win the thing, right? So I didn't invite anybody. But Daniel came, Nana Rex also came, and Nita came. These people came to support me. It was crazy, right? So we're in there the whole day. Everybody's jamming, talking about their work, having fun. And it gets to the point where they have to mention the top 3. And they're going to start from the 3rd person, right? So I'm there, my hands are shaking, my heart is beating, my eyes are twitching, like my hair is all standing up. I could see the skin of the hair on my skin just popping like Spider-Man. I take a deep breath, and they go like, and the 3rd place for the Malta Guinness 30th anniversary recognized competition goes to
Joshua Cleopas. Wow! Our second runner-up, yes, for the recognized design exhibition contest. Yeah, Joshua.
What? This is so unreal. This is like a dream. I have nothing to say. I'm really, really grateful.
I knew it was going to be Kwame Che, because like Kwame Che was part of the top 5, and I knew it was going to be him. But then the guy says it goes to Joshua Cleopas. I was like, what? That was like one of the most shocking days of my life. I was like, whoa. I was so shocked. I turned out to be 3rd place in this competition. I ended up winning some amount of money, which was good. I went into buying some equipment for my YouTube and my work like that. That was nice. It was amazing. It was really amazing. I was shocked. 3rd place. I did not see this coming. To come from a place where my work was even wrong to a place where actually I'm in 3rd place with a work I had no idea even deserved to be in top 5. I mean, this is definitely a miracle, right? How does that happen? But I guess that's the point, right? I took the leap of faith. I put in the work. Although I knew the work was okay, I didn't see it becoming top 3, but yet I made the top 3. So that was breathtaking for me. At the very end of the event, we took some pictures. I made more friends. Most of these other competitors became friends who are still friends today. We see each other's work. We share each other's work. We were sort of impressed by what everybody could come up with. It didn't feel like a competition at all anymore. It just felt like a family who were all connected by one single goal, and we were trying to do our best to share our talents and share our worth. And that fear that I had before getting into the competition had completely disappeared. People were laughing at each other's jokes. It was just like a family aura around everybody, and that was so dope. So it's been a year after the competition, a whole year. And what have I learned? Would I have done it again? I would have. Why? Here are my top 3 reasons why I would go into the competition again, and these are the exact same reasons why I would face my fears every single time. Number 1, fear lets you see the worst of things that could happen, but not the best of things that could happen. Before getting into the competition, I was only imagining the worst things. Me turning out last, people seeing me on TV, people laughing at me, and people seeing me for the fraud that I was. There were so many things, and this was my imposter syndrome screaming into my head that don't do it, don't do it, don't do it. So fear always lets you see the worst that could happen, but never lets you consider the best that could happen. That's the first reason. The second thing is fear would always tell you that you will never be good enough. It would constantly keep you comparing yourself to your peers rather than comparing yourself to the you were yesterday. So before I got into the competition, I knew I had grown massively as a designer as compared to myself 2 years ago, right? But fear was letting me look at other people's work, especially the first day when I saw the people I was competing with. I went online, checked out their work, and that sort of just freaked me out. I knew I wasn't going to win anything. It didn't even let me get in the mood to become friends with them because I was seeing them as competitors, right? So fear will do that to you. It will make you sort of see yourself as such a bad and terrible person, as an artist, as a creator, you name it. Rather than you seeing the progress you've made in your life because you're comparing yourself to only yourself. Fear makes you compare yourself to other people. And instead of seeing how much you've grown, it shows you how slow you're growing and how bad you're getting. Right, so that's the second reason why fear sucks. Last thing is fear is a bully, a big bully. Fear tells you what to do, when to do it, how to do it, who to do it with. Fear is such a bully, right? Fear got me in a position where I was so afraid to open up. I was so afraid to experiment, so afraid to even show other people what I had done. Like fear will just cripple you and not make you do anything. It's going to dictate your life for you. It's not going to give you your chance to open up your mind and be open-minded about how things could be done in a different way. And don't get me wrong, right? Fear is not always a bad thing. Fear is something that protects you from things that could harm you. But at the same time, it keeps you locked up in your comfort zone, and that is really a place where creativity happens, right? The moment you acknowledge your fears, that is the point you can choose to become courageous or to succumb to your fears. I chose to become courageous and face my fears head on, and at the other side of my fear was friendship, was collaboration, was the prize money, so many other things I gained. But that's because I didn't listen to what I was afraid of, and I did something that scared the crap out of me. There's an acronym for fear that says false evidence appearing real. I definitely believe this. Every time you're afraid of something, it's most likely not what you think it is. And it's most likely not as bad as you think it is. Master up the courage and your confidence to fight your fears every time. And of course, new fears will come up along the way. Right now, there's still a ton of things I'm afraid of. But one thing I know I can do for a fact now is to be able to face all those things I'm afraid of and challenge them head on. Do something that scares you every single day. And over the years, you will have tactics and strategies to face your fears. And that is where your true potential lies. That is where you are going to be the best version of yourself and the best designer as you can be. Well, that's my story. Thank you guys so much for coming back to watch this video. It's crazy keeping up these videos coming up every day because there's so much I want to talk about. Yes, I'm finding it very difficult. Yet I'm finding it very difficult to structure how I'm going to share it. So these are how my videos are going to be like. I'm going to talk about things that I feel really passionate about and things I feel like I should share. It's been awesome having you guys watch this video once again. You can go ahead and check out my other videos that I've made. If you have any ideas for more videos that you want to share, that you want me to share, you can put them in the comment down below. If you like this video and the type of content I make, don't forget to hit that subscribe button down below because it helps the channel grow. Share this with any friend or family who you feel can benefit from this message. I'm sure they'll thank you for it. And most of all, don't forget to come back next time when I upload a video. Thank you guys so much for watching and see you later. Bye.